You can watch us too if you would like. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. Today we get to catch up with one of our favorites here on Good Things, Will Bradham. He is the new owner, I guess founder, of Bradham Memorabilia and Trading Cards, and he's up to good stuff partnering with the Children's Hospital in Mississippi, or Children's of Mississippi. I'm going to get that correctly. It's a Monday here, and I haven't had all my caffeine, but welcome to you both.
Hey, thanks for having us.
It's good for you to be here too, Lee. Okay, Will, last time you were here and chatting, you didn't have this new adventure with your memorabilia and trading cards company. What inspired you to start a new small business?
I got bored.
Well, being honest, that's one way to get to add something to your to-do list.
Yeah.
But you had to. Okay, you got bored. What does that mean to you, Will?
So, being over in Oxford now, it's where the kids are, and we just, I have office space over there with my other companies, but I wanted to be able to do something more. The other companies are doing phenomenal, so I just said I'm going to do something that I really enjoy. And get the kids involved as well. My children, I need them to start learning how to run business if they're ever going to take over.
Mm-hmm. How old are your kids, Will?
Wilkes just turned 15, Annalise is 12. So they're hitting that sweet spot of I want them to start earning their own money.
Absolutely.
And so it's been great. We opened up Friday, and they worked both days, and I really enjoy the fact that I can work with my kids and do a hobby that we all enjoy.
Of all the things that you could have done, you chose Bradham Memorabilia. Tough word for me, though, trading cards.
Yeah.
But I think something that resonates, particularly with kids. How did it resonate with you and your family? Why this? You have to be into it. You have to enjoy trading cards, Pokemon, stuff like that.
Yeah, we do. So both my kids are really into sports, and so years ago we got back into it after we found some Michael Jordan rookie cards in my old collection, and they're very valuable. So we kind of got back into it. We enjoy opening packs together and looking at the values of things, and the stuff's nuts right now. I mean, I've got some in my safe right now that's enough to put them through college at Ole Miss for a couple years.
Is that like sports cards or Pokemon cards?
I'm more into the sports. When you start talking what they call the trading card games, I don't understand it. I understand there's value in it, and other people really enjoy it, but me personally, I don't. But some of the people that work in our shop, they very knowledgeable, but me, not so much.
You probably got a few listening to Good Things too, Will. They're like, "Ooh, I wonder what he's got, or how that works." So, how does your company work? I mean, do you come in and you purchase like the cards? Is it kind of like a counter space where you trade back and forth, or if we want to visit, what are we in for?
So I've got some great distributors and a really good friend of mine that is in tune with this. You could say nationally, but so we get product in like this that I'm holding right now that I was going to give you. And then you told me you got two girls, and they still may love baseball. Rhino may love some baseball.
Yeah, I bet Rhino would really appreciate the baseball cards.
I love the sports aspect of it. My son loves the sports, but he also understands the Pokemon value in there, and my daughter does too. So, but we're carrying everything, all sports, and even stuff that gets as crazy as like F1 racing. Again, I don't keep up with those guys, so.
But they have cards?
They have cards, and then there's soccer, which I don't keep up with, but then there's football and baseball and basketball that I do. And then there's all the Pokemon stuff. So we've got everything that's even in the packs or the individual cards, and then signed memorabilia by some of the greatest athletes out there.
For the nostalgia in me, Will, is happy to hear people are still coming in, getting cards to trade and collect and all that. When everything seems to be digital, at least there's still a little slice.
Thank God, right.
I mean, that can still hold something and be proud of something and take it at school and sort of show it out and all that way. But in all of your business adventures, Will, from the memorabilia to your other companies, you've always looked for ways to give back, and you're doing that with this one as well. Why is that important for you?
I think every business should have an aspect where they give back to the community, or in this case to the state. But it is supply. There's individuals from all over our state that are going to Children's to get treatment, and I'm not throwing any shade on other places. They have their own huge developments and contributions that they get, and I knew that we've worked with. Through Crawdads, we've worked with Lee and their group in the past and done some great donation aspects for that group. And I just said, you know what, this is what I'm going to pick, and we're going to be giving, a portion of our proceeds are going to go down to his hospital.
Lee, it's your hospital now.
It is.
like,
It
no,
is. It's not Children's. It's Lee Pharr of Mississippi. Yeah.
Oh, God bless. Don't make him pass out.
Yeah.
No. Children's of Mississippi, but it's all of our hospitals. We live here in the state because it services our children as well as those across our state borders. People come in from all over for the services, and it's something for us to be proud of, the work that goes on there at Children's of Mississippi. But it takes support of all kinds to make the daily rounds there go round. So, Lee, how did you and Will first meet?
So Will and I first met because Crawdad's Restaurant in Marigold, Mississippi started putting on a very cool fundraiser every year to benefit the Children's Hospital, where all of their old employees came back and volunteered to wait tables for one night, and all of the proceeds were then they picked us, Children's of Mississippi, to be the beneficiary of that event, but everything went to that. Plus they've added a live auction and some other raffle and other things, and it's just grown and grown. And we've been working together on that. And then as he kept, keeping tabs on Will and his many business ventures, and when he got ready to open a new one, he thought of us. And that's what's important to us. Is just from the get-go, he thought, how can my business how can myself and my business support Children's of Mississippi? And without him and others like him, we would provide good care, but they make us possible. They take us to the next level.
And then we talk about here all the time on Good Things about supporting local businesses, and it can be everything from a restaurant to a memorabilia to, good Lord, Will, it would take the whole show for you to talk about all your other endeavors, which you should totally share with. But even when it comes down to where you buy your trading cards or where you go out for lunch, many of those businesses are giving back into, if not just the immediate community, back into the state that's also giving back to the community. And that's such a good thing. And these relationships, Lee, that you and Children's of Mississippi create with local business, how important is that to just the work that goes on there every day?
It's extremely important. Like I said, we couldn't do what we do as a hospital without that support. We couldn't grow, we couldn't expand, and what Will's helping us do specifically with this one is to increase our child psychiatric services to include an in-hospital adolescent mental health facility. We've already got one for younger children, and now we're expanding upon that. And it's things like that. We couldn't grow and do more, and there's more that needs to be done. We always have increasing needs, and the small businesses and individuals like Will help us do that.
Well, and then we help in our small part too, Will, by supporting those of you who choose Mississippi to call home and to, take the risk of being an entrepreneur. I mean, it's a gamble for you guys to, look back into your community and create these storefronts or these businesses. So it takes us to support you so you can continue to support Children's of Mississippi, and you're doing it in a kind of a big way. So what is your goal for the next 5 years for Children's of Mississippi, Will?
We made a pledge, and it's going to happen one way or another, but $50,000. So, if it goes over that, great. If for some reason we don't raise it through the memorabilia, I know a guy that's going to make sure we cut a check to Lee and them. So we're glad to do it.
How many Pokemon cards is that? Have you done the math?
It's a bunch. I usually always ask that question: how much of this do I have to sell to get to this? But we're going to make it happen regardless. But the last 2 days we were open. If that's any indicator, it's only up from there. It's going to be a pretty easy thing for us to raise.
Let's talk about when you opened. Doors opened yesterday. Where is it located there in Oxford? That's Bradham Memorabilia and Trading Cards.
Yeah, so we opened Friday. It's at 2580 Jackson Avenue, so it's right there in the main artery of Oxford. And we're the best way I've heard to say it is we're next to Walmart. So we are, and but it's right over there in that shopping center. It's a great spot, and we've got some awesome staff, very knowledgeable. So. Again, this is kind of something I can sit back and enjoy, and I've got great people running it.
And then when we come and support it, we help to support Children's of Mississippi. Lee, is there other ways that we can help support what you guys are doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I hope that Will's giving will inspire others around the state to do the same thing. You can always donate to the same project at Children's of Mississippi, or just in general to Children's of Mississippi. You can contact me, Lee Pharr, at 601-984-1114. Or you can email me at lpharr@umc.edu. And, you could also just go to umc.edu/give now. and learn more about all of the many areas of support that are open to people around the community. We definitely have something that's a right fit for everybody.
All righty. Well, I appreciate you both. Congratulations on your new adventure, Will. Congratulations,
Thanks.
Lee, on this partnership. You guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next. Radio station. You can watch us too if you would like. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. We're continuing our conversation with Lee Pharr. He's with Children's of Mississippi, as well as Will Bradham. He has got Bradham's Memorabilia and Trading Cards Company and partnering with Children's of Mississippi. But it sounds like some of your other businesses do as well, Will. What else you got in your irons in the fire?
So, we've got Right at Home, which is a non-medical and home care company. We're in, I think since the last time you and I talked, we're now in 43 counties in Mississippi, and so there's only 82 if y'all are up on your civics. So we're going to be expanding down here into Jackson. Actually going to be planning on putting an office in Ridgeland, Mississippi. So it's great just bringing our brand of home care down here to the capital, and we're excited about that. Mississippi Maids, which is my housekeeping and janitorial company. We're in the Delta, Oxford, Starkville, and we're going to be down here as well. So if you need your house cleaned, we're here to do it. I will come and do it, but it's a larger fee. That's really about it right now. That's our main focus, and then of course the Bradham Memorabilia and Trading Cards.
I'm gonna get it, memorabilia. It's it's one of those just strange words that don't always just roll right
Isn't it,
off.
though?
But I bet, did you work real hard on the name? Did your kids help you with the name of the company?
Yeah, it's kind of like the podcast. Yeah, I tend to do a little ego push from now and then, and stick my name on something, but. It's good. Like I said, the kids helped. The kids did help with that, so they wanted a place to kind of call their own, and there's no easier way to do that than stick your last name on it. So,
well, it's tough to you say that, but not everyone's cut out for the world of being an entrepreneur, and you obviously have a knack for it, the personality, the grit, and the tenacity to do it. But what inspired you? Where'd that come from, Will?
My dad was a entrepreneur. We had a automotive and parts supply store when I was a kid, and from as little as I can remember, I was in there working with Dad. It might have been dusting shelves and sweeping the floors, but I was in there working and watching my dad do work, and so I always wanted to do that. And it doesn't always work like that when you first start out of college, and I went to corporate America for a while and just got burned out. So I figured at one point in time...
You got burned out in corporate America, but yet you're running like 15 different businesses in 500 different directions?
Yeah, I like to be the guy. If it's going to succeed or fail, I want to be the one that's at the helm. So I'm not going to say I don't like other people telling me what to do, but I hate other people telling me what to do. So I just like to make the final decisions.
What was your first business of your own?
It's kind of funny. At one point in time, my cousin and I started a thing called Griller's Heaven, and we were selling frozen steaks and seafood in a little kiosk inside of a frat brother of mine's Ace Hardware. So you could come in and buy your stuff, and then we had steaks and seafood. Little did I know that the FDA does not like that. And so that was a short-lived business. It did very well, but that was the first one we did, and that was in 2012. And so since then... we're a little over a baker's dozen with different business ventures. Some I've sold and gotten out of. Some I've been bought out of, and I've had a couple of failures. But if you don't swing the bat, you can't hit the ball.
When do you get your inspiration for a business? Is it like in the shower and you just decide, hey, I think Mississippi needs this? Or I know your kids brought you the latest one with the trading cards, but yeah. Do you have a method to your madness?
Well, some people would tell you that no, I don't. I'm just a nut. But there's ideas cropping around in my head. We were talking about one outside a little while ago, and I'll have the idea and see if it makes sense on paper, and if it does, then we go from there. But like I said, there's been some swings and misses, but there's been some home runs too. So.
Well, I think one of the home runs is your partnership with Children's of Mississippi. And Lee, we were talking about how important these partnerships with small businesses. Someone may be listening and think, gosh, Will's very successful. He's got all these great companies. There's no way that my business could, maybe partner in the same capacity with Children's. But all impacts make an impact when they connect with what you guys are doing. When you meet with someone and you try to explain Children's of Mississippi, Lee, what's your elevator pitch to them? I feel like most folks listening recognize that it's the state's only maybe children's hospital, but how do you explain what goes on there every day?
Oh, man. Just so we are there with the state's only children's hospital. My elevator pitch is that if you look at a lot of states around us, they all have multiple. We're pretty unique in the sense that Jackson, Mississippi has our state's only pediatric care, our pediatric hospital that delivers like specialty care to kids. You can go to your local hospital and get the easy stuff. We catch everything that's hard. Every higher level of care that you could possibly need, we want to do that right here at home where kids don't have to go away and leave the state. And like Will said earlier, I think he said, how many counties did you say you're in, Will?
43.
43. We have patients every year from all 82.
Oh, they're beating you,
yeah,
Will.
So we got you. But,
Now
Challenge
they're
accepted.
But, thanks to people like Will, we are treating kids from all 82 counties, plus a few that come across, like you said, when it matters, and life-saving care and proximity to the hospital. We do treat people from across the state borders. But we just want everybody to know that we are, for everybody in Mississippi. We have clinics around the state that offer care so that you don't have to come back for all of your follow-up care to the hospital. We're the only level 4 NICU in the state with the highest premature birth rate in the country. We offer the only transplant program for children, and a lot of other onlys are housed here. And
I didn't mean to cut you off, Lee. It's such a great facility because we've gotten to go tour it really every year that we've done the fundraising through Crawdads for this, and it's a great event. If you ever get a chance to come to this thing, it's in January every year. It's unbelievable just to see the people that don't have to be there running around and passing out drinks and food, and some of us over-serving ourselves like myself and then buying items that are donated. But it's so awesome to see the amount of money raised, and then to get the opportunity that Lee invites us down every year just to go tour the facility and then see what we funded is so neat, and to see the impact that it has on people of Mississippi that have their children there. I think the one y'all did recently, if we got time, that Angel Eyes project, where the parents can remote in and see their children and not have to be there all the time because they've got to go back and work and have other family and everything else. We did a lot of contribution toward getting those things. Then we got to see them this last time. He and I walked through, and I just went, some people don't realize where their donation goes. Yeah. To get to actually see it it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and Lee, the Children's of Mississippi is one of those places we hope we never have to visit, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not somewhere that families want to have to end up. But if you come across one of those diagnoses or situations, how grateful you are that you don't have to go out of state, or you don't have to go sort of far away. And when we hear about big donations and partnerships like the Bradham's entrepreneurial businesses have done, those are big numbers, but you guys need all the numbers. I mean, you need from everybody to sort of chime in. So how can everybody listening help?
Again, you can reach out to me personally. You can also go to our website, umc.edu/givenow. But if you reach out to any of us at our office, we'll work with you on finding the right fit for you. The dollars add up. Any small amounts add up. There's also ways to give through your business. There's ways to encourage your customers to support through your business, through point-of-sale campaigns. There's no gift that's too small, and there's no capacity that's too small. We'd love to talk to you about it, and we appreciate all the help that we receive.
So, Will, you going to put up one of them fancy trading cards you got in the safe for Children's of Mississippi?
The money's coming from somewhere, Rebecca.
He's like, okay, this got awkward.
Yeah, we're not taking my personal stuff.
But talking about your Bradham Memorabilia, I have to say it slow, but I'm going to get it, and trading cards, new thing. I mean, there are a sector who's just really into that. Someone listening that may have cards or want, is this a place they reach out and say, hey, do you have a da-da-da-da-da-da, or can I find a, I don't know how this works.
Absolutely, and we want it to be like that. And the shocking, I say shocking, but it's not. It's surprising the amount of people, men, women, children, young, old, you name it, that got into that hobby. And for people like me, that was more of a nostalgia thing, because when I was a little kid, you're saving up your little bit of leftover money from lunch, or me working for Dad, and going down to the local hobby shop and buying cards. And it's such a different thing nowadays, to where there's so much more value to it. Whereas back then it was just kind of throwaway garbage. But now it's a huge thing, and it's so good. Just like you said earlier, anything to get our kids off of devices for a little bit. Me and my children will sit there once a month and just rip cards, and we have a blast, and it's just us doing that. So we love to see people come in the shop and do that.
What are the store hours?
We're Tuesday through Saturday right now from 10 to 6. So
Any online?
we will have an online store ready in about 30 days. We really want to gauge what's selling, what's not, and we'll have that ready to
Do you
roll.
have an all-encompassing website where people can go and look at the Bradham businesses?
I do. It's www.bradhamenterprises.com, and you can come and see everything we've got and apply for jobs if you're looking for those. We got 350 people right now. We can always use more.
And when you open up your new adventure that you were sharing with Lee, you going to come back and tell us about that?
100%. Phil had me on.
All right, you guys stick with us. We got Kelly with